We're back to weavers trying to not die. Do do, drought and bad water. Do 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 do. I'm mentally gonna die here today. So together I scheduled Timberborn to be my game to play because I was playing Crimson Desert last night, and after a while I just crashed. I'm like, I don't feel like doing this anymore. It turned out I was just kind of tired. We got offline, I sat down and nodded off for about an hour, and then I didn't get to sleep until 3 a.m. after that. So my sleep schedule is still kind of screwed up. But yes, where was I before? So I'd gotten these builds, so I could start putting coffee everywhere. I need to start making the coffee before I start moving it around. Have made the pool yet. I think I was still doing trial and error with that floodgate. I determined I was have people at all times picking berries. I needed more treated planks, so I had that up and running. We had just finished through a drought. This has been built, so everything's back to its normal self. This will start flooding down that way again. And I laid out a bridge here. I discovered that the irrigation little things where they at, these block bad water and irrigation. So yeah, that's a problem, because I was causing much of these trees to die because they weren't getting any water at all. So I'm still gonna have a problem with stuff dying from bad water. Yay. And it's something that just, it reevaluates my idea of planting stuff along the rivers, including like this tree farm and all this here. What I probably need to do is I probably need to get bad water spinning up somewhere, harvested, and start making dynamite so I can start making trenches and tunnels and all of that. And this is still long term. I want to make this, do robotic stuff. I think also I'm thinking ahead to, this is going to need to shut down at some point because it's about out of the metal scraps. So I will probably need to, I'll probably go over here because this is where metal is, and I've already got some infrastructure technically over here. I was also making this giant mangrove forest. That's what I was also doing. Okay, so, and I think I was also reevaluating my population cap because all of my breeding pods are offline, but I feel like I'm going to need more people. How are y'all? Okay, yeah, y'all need to build that. That's probably going slow on logs because I've used a lot of logs to build all of this. So this probably needs to be made a higher priority so I can put population over here. Okay, so let me see. Get all this into. Okay, yeah, I gotta think about where I'm gonna move that because I wanna. Well, I guess I'll have to be like on the ball about it. But if I could be like ready to go with this being ready for when I need to move it, which I also need to build another barracks actually. And might be able to do is leave a lot of this, because what I also want to do really long term is I want to build damming and valves over here. That way good water can fill this giant reservoir and I can just keep getting more and more and more and more water when I need it, but the bad water to go over this way to start just flooding over here, and this could be my main area for bad water stuff. Yeah, I need to think of what I want to do next. Next up, probably I also need to get this ready for, I got a lot of scrap metal out of this area if I wanted to. Put a district center. I'd probably call it there, and then I could, let's see, if I want to recreate this district I've got, I'm going to need to rebuild a bunch of this. Shockingly, I know. And alright, let me just start like laying it out a little bit. Then I can, what I want to do is put the housing like, how much does this district have? They have 12, so what I could do is, how many science points to the large barracks? 400. I got plenty. I'm sure there was something I was saving up for, but I want to get this district humming at some point, so. Okay, we're going to do my thing of perfectly good logs. Why not use them? First, once that straight out of the way, I can put the large barracks down there like I want. So, like, yeah, I could maneuver it to do that. Let's see. What I will want to do is put down the district center right here. What I can do is make this a district crossing. Or are y'all gonna be weird about that? Y'all might be weird about that. I'll unpause it here in a moment, I swear. I just need to. No, don't destroy that, just destroy the path. There we go. Put that there. I'll put a district crossing right there. Should also need more years at that point. So we're gonna have that there. charging flag right there. We'll put one up here. And I'm going to build going to do that. Kind of a quick pass. Yeah, do I care? Only a little. Okay. Then Amber with it lumber, why not? There, okay. Yeah, you know what, screw it, unless you can reach that far. Let's just get all those trees down. Okay. Okay, and then put that there. So I'm gonna want a water tank for sure. That's what I want. That. This large industrial pile for where do you go, you honker? Yeah, I don't want to get this laid out before I get the game back in motion, because I'm going to be wanting to keep a hawk eye on everything getting back to normal. You'll hold scrap metal. We will have, first let me make sure I got food over here. Where else over here for food? Got the one for berries. I might switch over to mangroves at some point. For now, we'll just have two of y'all doing that. One of you become mangroves later. Okay, so it's still a ways away from everything, but that's what we'll do. You will also hold scrap metal. Okay. Instead of me jumping around like a nitwit, I can just see that I had 2 for iron parts and 1 for iron metal. I'm still thinking about this way too hard, but definitely hearing in my head, I think I'm trying to say Python. Get on with it! Do that. Hold. I think you need logs. You need logs, so we are actually going to put you need scrap metal and you need logs, and then you hold that. You can hold that. Okay. Oh, and I'm also going to need to reevaluate how all this is laid out. Being very particular with something I'm going to be tearing down in the future, but I want it to look good now. Okay. You be that. You be needing that. Hold that. So I rotated that. Okay. Also means that I'm going to want small industrial pile there for logs. Also need to build temporary things to bring in metal parts, because I can make the metal parts to make that, but I also can just bring them in while I'm at it. Okay. Yes, off I know, get on with it. I know. Okay, so we're going to speed that up, so we're going to do that. Bring the gears, bring in the metal parts. I got the water tank. I'll put in those things. Food, resources, in and out. Okay, yeah, so that whole district should be ready to go once I can start transferring people over. Okay. Plus, I have a bunch of beavers just running around for a minute or 5. Okay, let's get everything up and running again. Okay. So, end of last cycle is a drought. Where's that water? There it is. It'll get down here eventually. Okay. Yeah, we waiting. Okay, just cutting down those trees. Good. So that should be getting over to. Well, actually, I don't need. I need to build these up once I have the mangroves planted, but I've got a warehouse for them. We got water's gonna be running around. And okay, cut down those trees. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, got berry production going on. How is my population doing? So let me. Okay, that doesn't count as that yet. Okay, so I have 23 open beds and 24 open jobs. If I add those kids, that's not going to be able to offset. I don't actually need to bump up my. Let's see. So overall, I bet you can hold 120, 140, and 130. That way I can. Oh, that also stopped for another reason entirely, because we don't have enough water. Okay, once there's enough water, those should roar back to life. Speaking of, where is that? There, okay. We don't have people there yet. It's humming along. Might as well just let that keep running until it's done. Don't like flooded. Why did I put a lumberjack flag there? What was I doing? Well, do that. Do I got more trees I can cut, so let me as well just put a lumberjack flag here to continue the cutting. Where did that go? How far could you go? You could go even further. Okay, let's. You know what? Let's just cut down Mo. Hello, my friend. Hello. How are you? Can you? No, can't reach those. Okay. I'm doing pretty well right now, actually. I was kind of tired last night, and then nodded off a little bit in the evening, then woke up, didn't get to bed until, didn't get sleep until probably like 3, got up late, but now I've got things up and running, seemingly, finally, for myself today. And it yeah, it's when you, if you're paying attention, you probably saw near the end where I just seemed like just like hit a wall where I wasn't sure if it was like mentally or physically I was tired. I think I was physically tired. It's like to be mentally just be like, I need to stop. I had made like 30 minutes more I was gonna stream, but like I can't do another 30 minutes. I need to like get offline. I'm tired. See how about this? I think. Yeah, I need that first metal district to kind of like run out. Don't y'all die of dehydration. I need some of y'all, one of y'all, any of y'all, all of y'all, get some water over there. I got 4 of y'all doing that. Get water over there. I had to say you better start pumping. There we go. Probably just need to flip that logic probably, because I understand why I did it so that this didn't run out. Get that all flooded again. So I need to think about if I could. I don't know if there's a good way to automate that, because I don't want it to be necessarily like just open or just close. I'd want like phases of it. Yeah, that sounds like it would be maybe on the one hand fun, the other hand just tedious to make absolutely sure that everything is how it should be. And there may also be that occasional time where you're like, well, no, hold on, wait a minute, what's the rule here? Because especially if you're doing it in English, it's like, well, this is the rule until it's not the rule. This is the exception until it's not the exception, it feels like. Because once one in English, like I before E except after U, and then there's like a whole litany of languages, or like litany of words in English that don't follow that rule. Yeah. At least got money out of it regardless. I need to... Can you figure it out? Do I need to throw a water pump over here? I might... Yeah, that the only other language I ever would have potentially been trying to help anybody understand would have been Latin. But with Latin, it'd be a certain degree of, I know those rules, because Latin is very structured. Latin is very, this is how this word is spelled, this is the ending for it. Until you get to poetry, then poetry's like, oh, you don't have rules. And I've discussed that before. Latin just decided with poetry, yeah, there are no rules now. We just write however we want because it sounds pretty. Of course, a lot I had to look up what most of the words meant, because I had to retake the second part of the Latin curriculum in my university, because I knew the grammar really well. I could tell you this part of the sentence. I could tell you, okay, well, this goes with this and all that. What does it mean? Well, I have no clue what the words mean. I couldn't take the vocabulary. I could take the grammar, though. Yeah, I think old poetry has one language. Make it sound pretty. That's probably about it. After that, it's like, if it don't sound pretty, you did it wrong, potentially. Good, I'm glad to see I don't have people dying of, like, hunger or thirst yet. Start pumping more water. Go on. And that ran out of water. Why'd that run out of water? Why'd that dry out? Frick. Well, that's not going anywhere anytime soon. I thought I'd fixed my water stuff. Yeah, at least they all didn't die, I suppose. So I'm thinking long term, I know what might hopefully help me avoid drought is just, I want to flood all of this, make this a really deep reservoir that water can be extracted from, just line up here with just water pumps. Yeah, that's always the hard thing, is you gotta get it back up and running again. Okay, that tank's starting to fill up. Good. Which faction were you playing as? None of them are gonna be. Yeah, that's the first faction. With them, it's probably a little bit easier to get the population to start kind of growing at some point because you just give them spaces in their housing and they just take care of it for you. With the Iron Tail, you have to make sure there's berries. Iron Teeth, not Iron Tail, Iron Teeth. You have to make sure they have berries and water to like fuel their breeding pods. So, but yeah, it's still going to be hard to do because they probably have to have enough. Especially if you have like 3, that's not a lot. If you're like, oh yeah, it doubles every however many, it's like, well. Yeah, anytime I stepped away from the game for a few months, I'd always go back to the folktale because it's just, I know how to play them pretty well. And I wasn't sure what different things, I don't know if like the Iron Teeth are more difficult per se. You have to get used to the breeding pods. But yeah, like the having their numbers is, it just, I completely lost my thought. But also, yeah, that's the problem I'm having right now, is I do have something dying of old age, so I need the water level to rise. I gotta set to a percentage. Yeah, so that's just the biggest thing, is it might be like, oh no, I've got too many, and then when you have too many die of old age, you're like, oh no, I need to breed a bunch of them again, but I can't get that just like up and running all of a sudden. With the folktale, you kind of have that hidden because it always seems like they're just always breeding, because there's always going to be a bed open, it feels like. But with the Iron Teeth, it'll just, like it did, just punch me in the face, where I'm like, oh, I kind of need to like make more breeding pods. Hence why I have all of these, because I got big enough population where more of them are going to be old. Yeah, man. Yeah, I might just need to. Yeah. Yeah, getting the whole time you're just nervous, like, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, if I was a plumber, I'd just be like, alright, let me just start over. I got only one, I'll just start over now. I screwed up. Let me try again. I also always did it on easy. This is the first one that I did that was on normal, because like, no, I want a challenge. You know, I've done easy so much. You know, I kept having, you know, all the water I would need, and a warehouse like this full of berries, and you know, the droughts and bad waters are only like 1 to 3 days. You know, now I'm dealing with 7 or 8 days, and I think I keep not recognizing that, oh, I'm good when this population is smaller, but then I start getting more towards my maximums again, I'm realizing that, okay, I wasn't quite as ready as I thought, or like an 8-day just keeps socking me in the mouth, because I feel like, at least with water, 7 days seems like it's enough. And if I get this to not dry out again, I'll also be able to have way more food than else. I mean, with berries, I should be good, because this warehouse, you know, I've got a berry patch over here to pick some more berries. You know, we got 2 medium warehouses here. You know, some of this farmland should be good. I should hopefully be able to get these to be okay at some point. But I probably need a water pump somewhere else to get more water. Probably over here. I do dam this up, and I could probably tap into it. Of course, the great thing would be to have this, like this whole area just be a giant just reservoir of water I could pump from. Yeah, the dynamite's on my list because I do have. I want to get this district started that way I can, like, because this is just a giant bunch of need bad water to make dynamite, and dynamite lets you do other things. But what I probably need to do more is over here. I actually played this map with the folktale before, and I actually did have this giant area be a big water reservoir and a bit of tree planting down here as well. Because I'd had a mistaken idea, and I kept forgetting it too. With the folktale have aquatic farms where some of their crops grow in like 1 deep water, and I kept forgetting. I didn't realize at first, and I kept forgetting. It's like, oh, I can't put the aquatic farm stuff like underwater. The farm itself has to be above water, and the crops can't be more than like 1 meter deep. It's too deep, doesn't work. Is that how that works? I know the farm, I kept screwing that up. I feel like when I played the folktale again, I kept finding that, well, like 2 deep was too deep for the aquatic farm, and oh, they're gonna die. These mangrove trees that the Iron Teeth have, they need to be like 1 deep of water. But what I need to do over here is I need to build like levees, because I want to take full advantage of this depth, because at least for the Iron Teeth, they can go like deep down. So if you have this whole reservoir filled up with water, you should have plenty of it. Yeah, I'll be on for a bit longer. 4:38, 5, 6, maybe another. I should be on for another 3 or so hours, probably. So I might be around. Yeah, I need to talk to you later. Over here, there's no clean water source, so yeah, I probably need to. Yeah, I don't know if I might not be able to have it be that big then. Because I'll literally eat up water. If I'm not resupplying it with water, then. All those, because I got other jobs that need to be done. Yeah, I need to build a water pump over here. I need to get more water flowing, which actually sweet. I can actually, okay, so it's put a pump right there, so that means I'm going to need to build that there. Put the water pump there. Put that there. priority workspace because I need water flowing over here. I can't keep waiting on it. I probably need to, like, it's kind of annoying that that'd be losing all of that, but that also probably just needs to be, I probably need to shrink this down. Probably too ambitious. Yeah, I'll do that one not. Okay, well, that needs to be built badly. They're really dying of old age and not thirst, but I'm also gonna start hitting a bad tipping point where all these. I can't risk the fluid dumping. Yes, it's got to be probably a thing of the district can provide its own water, but great if not, then we're gonna have it be in long term probably a robotics district, because I can't run the risk of all that anymore. You know, they can be built, they can be built. Here. I'm doing that, okay. I think for the most part on the other side of any water crises. Okay, so seems like water's flowing again. Good, 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 good. Okay. Getting that built, getting those logs collected. Yeah, don't need you running at the moment. Maybe I can or maybe I can't. Look, one of y'all. Okay, you're gonna be pumping water because we need it desperately. Y'all are just sitting there. Resource. Need that for... There'll be other jobs to do, and y'all are also going to be tied to that. Okay. This has got a little bit more life in it. It's also I'm gonna have to. Could try to do. So, yeah, now right on that. So we need to get that built. So we can have more population, so I can start filling in more of these things. Again, I probably need to. Up and running. Ooh, okay. You'll be getting that at some point. Good, good, good. That would be a place for the gate. How much is it? Where's the gate? Okay. I also want that tied to a contamination sensor. I'd probably want to. I need to make sure that I don't cut them off too soon, or it's good to also just build platforms there, but this is not meant to be that permanent of a solution, so it's probably something I need to just do. You do have, yeah, there's like another thing I need to save up for, but I don't get their job back soon enough, so. That actually would be an interesting thing. What other things? How are we doing over here? You also need to get in your hands at the moment. But I probably need to peel someone off so that I can get them over there to slowly but surely start things. I also need to get that built. That way I can have the people to start doing all of these things. Probably in reality the smart thing to do would be to have water dumps all around instead of just in particular places. You are not being built at the moment. Okay. first, so. I need to build a second pump over here while I'm out. Because also just, we're using a lot of water to maintain that while we're at it, so. Let's do this. Okay. You won't have the same depth, but whatever. Workplace priority will be high priority. I want lots and lots of water. Alright. Look at that skyscraper looking on these. Okay. Okay. I feel like I could probably peel. Oh, you don't have enough workers. Oh. Well then. Someone's injured. Yep. That would explain. Takes a moment, but water is flowing again. Nothing hasn't died of thirst, so I think that's a big old win. Yeah, I think I'll just keep it like that. I'm not gonna tear all that up and rebuild it. That's just. There's a lot of neat stuff down there. I'll put a gate on it. Okay. Alright. So I'll keep that. Those jobs like closed off until I actually have mangroves to harvest. That'd be one of them smart plans. Occasionally happen. Only occasionally. Other times I've rushed scatterbrained plans where I'm just kind of too excited about something, and yeah, so got that flowing. Yeah, just be another district over here that's for even more harvesting. Those require me to rip a hole through all of that, which actually let me just help with that. Once I see that strip's open, I'll build the road over there so that maybe they can start slowly but surely building it. Then I can place the district over there. Then I can get all that up and running. You don't have enough water again. Yeah, I really need to get water pumps running. And I guess I could probably shove another one in here. And or just turn that one on permanently. There's plenty of I could put water on. I need to put water pumps, honestly. So, dynamite would actually be useful here because I could just like dig out an even bigger basin and like clean it up and make it to where even more water, make it to where it's all flat. I could just get like maximum depth for a water pump. Because I'm pretty sure that that's not maximum depth, that's pretty close to the maximum depth that these pumps can go anyway. So it would help significantly. Okay. So that all went there. It's gonna go there, okay. I need more water. Is it? It's floating around the correct amount. And if I can. Yeah, I'm still having problems with some of these beavers being kind of thirsty. Alright. Actually causing a bit of a problem. I guess it makes me think I should probably just, like, make this a smaller area, because it's still probably a heck of a lot of mangroves anyway. That'll be a fun thing that we can do, just deconstruct all of that, and that would be something. And I'll keep it on my mind as something I might need to just not do at a certain point. Alright. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna want to do. I'll just start shoveling them over there at a certain point. Yeah, I'd want to presume that once this, that's probably the problem that only they ever got that full. That's why it dried out, is that there was just not enough water. So theoretically, once this whole basin is full of water, that'll help significantly, because it won't dry out. There we go. I don't know what I really just need it for if something dies, so free them up to go do a job. So, chopping and chopping away at this. I could probably just chop all these down, because this, if I need more pine trees, I can make more pine trees, so. I need that one to go at some point, but not yet. Okay. those trees. Okay, no, I do not want that tree. Cut down. Okay, cut down any of those. Oh, it's a while. I still need to cut those down because they have perfectly good wood. Why not? Once that's built, I can presumably, again, once that's built, let's get up there, I can nom those trees. Okay, that's slowly getting flooded. Max capacity. I definitely still in a tricky position because I need to get this filled, but I also don't want to. I need water for other things. So. Like keeping beavers alive. Shocking. It's all I'm going to be. Yes, I'm going to need a lot more area to plant coffee. I want this to potentially be a. Wait, no, I want this to be instead, actually. Still do that. We'll do this. That way that can get kind of backed up, and then I can start putting out. I can start. Do I have to add water? Got it unlocked. I'll be able to unlock it for a bit more, I guess. So there ain't nobody in the science stuff. No noise in the science stuff. Probably see guys have a bunch of like a number cruncher back here. That way I can just perpetually be making science, but not be at the mercy of if there's beavers available for research or not. Oh, sweet, they ate up those trees. Nice. So I can't quite reach those, but I will still give them marked for cutting. For when they are able to be cut. Same thing over here. Let me just mark that tree for cutting. Alright. I could probably just move one of them over here and just have them, well, I'm gonna need more than that I would need. I would need several over there because I would need probably at least 2 of them to move over there. But I guess what I could do is once I get one of them gone, I can just shut down one and one and then just have one moving materials, one just slowly starting to construct stuff. Here's what I might do. That's gonna take a lot of logs. Slowly moving over there, which is gonna be sun, I suppose. Okay. There's like 20 logs that are ready to go over there. Okay, I'm presuming y'all are gonna just start picking through that. Okay. Okay. I need so many logs for so many things. Be the next thing I prioritize. And I need this place to be built first. I need to be able to have people survive here first. Get that built. That'll be another priority. Alright, those pumps are pumping. tear those down. I'm not going to be needing a pseudo rest stop over there. I'm presuming that I probably need a few more people over there. Probably also need to get these things up and running first, above anything else. I need to make sure that I can handle everything. Alright. Something else that I'll do to help this with not becoming a failed little colony is going to insert water pump. Okay, let's give this a little bit of get a little something there, saying something, yeah, something. That place like that, I'm gonna need that. Okay. Well, it's gonna be needed because it freaking requires. I'll wait to see a little after a little while. It'll not get done. Day 10, so I still got a little while before I worry about drought or bad water, I suppose. Drought. probably need to do or want to do at a certain point is just cut off the water about there. I'll think about shrinking that at some point. Would also really free up a lot more resources too if I were to start doing that. Thank God I provided planks. Traded planks that I needed. Okay. That's not a lot of water, but I got some time before I need that opened up to all of that, so I think that's what I could have done if I'd thought a little bit more, because I didn't think about putting a water pump there, but could have just made like line of dams, then so it's not a platform, but okay. It's pumping water, so it's got some water flowing in this district. So it needs to be built. You don't have a job. You're saying you don't have a job. Let me get a higher priority on that. Yeah, I think that's just too big of an area. I need to just shrink it. Slowly but surely start destroying all of that, and then we'll hopefully start having them grab those resources. Probably gonna be flooding up their area full anytime soon, so You know, bunch of tree rattle do this sometimes. That's not easy. Again, you're gonna curtail sales. Oh, let's get the logs needed. Alright, getting there. Because I've got plenty of metal parts, but thinking I need them a whole lot. You know, I just have somebody in there. Why not? Destroy those. I'll be hopefully having them grab it and run off. Okay. Got water in there. This makes me think I need to reevaluate that because I keep messing with, I keep fiddling with it to get it dialed in. You'll have to play with that for a bit. Just Freaking it just sounds cause you're a bunch of dum-dum-dums. It's almost built. Oh, let's get fancy. 4 from there. I need to get that all rebuilt first. They'll potentially do it kind of like the dumb way. Okay. Keep that in mind. Well, right now, we're technically it's close enough because of a path, but if I strike too much of it, would be like, oh no, we can't reach it. Of course, y'all try to get to it anyway. Let me use everything. There, we'll just slowly but surely get that dealt with. Hey, we've got that running. Awesome. Okay. But he's not injured. Just slowly come together beautifully. Go around and you're gnawing on them logs. Nice. Somebody bet he is. Alright. Just looking like the breeding pods have cranked out quite a few. Studying a lot more. Yeah, we have a lot of all food. That just be kind of a fail priority, I guess. Not gonna worry about that sensor being all weird for a while. I'm just gonna put all the things there just croak for the time being because I just need to get that done. And that drought doesn't do in range. Well, demolish that then. Don't need you there no more, no more, no more, no more. Alright. Another build. Now we're gonna have that be the high priority job. Well, that's what things beyond that at another time. Day drought, please. Water, make it. You be scrap metal. And you be scrap metal. here. I know I also want to be like the mega, ultra, dam across all of that to capture a lot more of this, but yeah, I kind of need to dedicate to that. I'm going to do it. So let me just put that back there as it is. Build that right there, and I'll build whatever pathways I need to build that up. That way I can capture some water here. Okay. And there we have being able to power from a district center. Well, we can kind of fix that. There. Now y'all can reach that if you so desire. And whatever y'all do, get that built. Lock it up off the ground. I'll get done when I get done. It'd be a lot easier if this area was like already done with. Let's get rid of all of that. resources just trickle out of there. If not, then they'll rot away and I'll just roll with it. Probably shower shut down in drought conditions. I can't automate it. I can pause them, but I can't automate them. Okay. Okay, so let's try to get over there. Different parts. see. Slowly getting to where almost gone. Okay, 46 more scrap metal out of there. And then cutting down trees, good. We have him on the other side of this drought. Got plenty of water at least for now until I run out. But and now we're starting to get to the point where they're shutting down because there's not enough water. I want to make sure I don't murder my crops there that I absolutely have to. But I have even more water in there. Slowly resupply logs back up. Yeah, let's get these off the ground. Okay. I can tell that's doing it. Yeah, that's still close enough. Cool. Let's get these logs off the ground. Nice. Alright. And you don't have power outs because that doesn't exist. That hasn't been built yet. Score. Alright. You're cutting down those logs. Nice. So I can slide out a logger flag there and get even more of them, but might wait for you to get those entries dealt with. Yeah, find a place for that logger flag when the time is right. Okay. That's slowly but surely built. And those are no longer pumping water, but you are, so I should really get these 3 more days. That's almost done, and then I can, I don't know what I'll do. I want to get everything out of here if I can, but yeah, they're going out to just accept certain laws just gonna decay. They're not being used. Let's see if I can get to the, just fast forward to the end of the drought and got nothing left. That giant reservoir keeps demanding my attention, but I probably need to high prioritize this, like, water making district. I don't know if I can wait much longer on it. Let me get this district moved and then I'll see if I put a priority on water district. Alright, last day of the drought. Okay. Then things should start flowing. And you broke your teeth. So we need to throw that down, give that a priority. Come on. Water will start flowing soon. Wait for him to say, I got nothing to do, and then move them over here. There's jobs to be done, just where's that bar? It's just coming along as fast as it can, but still gonna be a bit. Well, looks like I managed to not have this completely run out on me. I guess it's something. south, straight to it, right there. Zoom in. Yeah, let's just tear those up. Left that scrap metal. Water's flowing, please flow faster. Good. Hopefully that prevents any flooding right there. Hopefully. Okay. Leaving range. Okay, so you need to be no more. You. Let's start doing its thing. Let's start to do its thing. Okay, okay. Where do we have people without jobs? Here? It's here. Okay, so how about that? Just to get everything out of there. That's coming along. Now we've got too far from something. Get that built. And I didn't prevent flooding there. Shoot. Oh, that's getting even worse. Oh, 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 Lord. Oh, Lord, oh, Lord, oh, Lord. I probably seriously need to consider just tearing some of that down and rebuilding it. Pretty much just keep levying down the entire length of that, so... yeah. Is it because... yeah, this needs to be the temporary, at least middle ground. Okay. There. That way we can at least get the parts over there. Then I can just destroy that warehouse. I'm not going to care anymore. So again, I thought about... I ran into that now, because then I can let me get this all out of here. Are we gonna, like, pick any of this up, or... are we just gonna be weird? Don't want you being weird, want you doing the right thing. Might just want to just nuke it and move on, but also something like that's really useful. I want to leave all that. What I probably actually need it to be is that some of these don't need to be dams, is what the problem is, probably. Get that all figured out at some point. Okay. Don't bring logs here. No deal. Yeah, we import the scrap metal if needed. Yeah, scrap. You'll take out the scrap metal. That's the scrap metal district, so. Everything must go if possible. Use of trade planks may not be possible, but there you go there. That feels more sensible. You'll handle all my water and water-related needs. Doing range. Wait, break the tree there, whatever. I don't know if that works somewhere. Can I put down? I'll come put down a thing for. Oh, there it is. Build it. Sure, whatever. Okay, so even more logs. And this one. Now, so you destroy all this over here, too. This is still gonna be a while. What it's doing. Okay. Just gonna torpedo all of that. Also don't need that. Not planting anything there. there. That little side project will be a lot further along at that point. Okay. Everything must go. Alright. I probably could just leave the logs here. I'm gonna be building something over here eventually, but we need a lot of things before then. It's also a bit of an awkward area to build on, because it's a giant crater, so you gotta consider all that. Oh, there we go, those trees marked. Nice, okay. Gonna want to get all that included. I'm going to need to... Then we will have haulers. Then I'll plop down another logging flag at some point, I'm sure, to clear out these trees. That as well. In order to get the water to be right there. that's fine. I also just like I didn't man up, I risked that overflowing. So I think I've been trying to use it as a marker that is just extra elevated terrain, which is not needed. Okay. Also with that. What am I trying to do? What am I trying to do? Why am I... do... I want the valves. Where are the valves after that? At a moment. Everything must go to have a GTFO kind of thing. Alright. Everything must go. Get it out, get it out, get it out. I guess the ditcher is going along then. Kind of sooner than I wanted, but whatever. It's also right. Sure that I have enough workers for it. I need to make sure I got the work. I need to prioritize it soon, no matter what. I'll see if I can just get that district. Hopefully upgrade out. They're not going to get any more empty than that. Full of metal parts at that point. Okay. One fluid dump running. I guess they're not gonna try to get them out of here or what? I don't be filling. I guess those things need to be filled in, but just. You're going to be a transfer point for metal blocks from now on. on. There's my 16 for the metal district. District is going to be shut down now. Don't need those things over here anymore. So many jobs not filled there. Alright. Is everything good? Probably not. It's set to crash because of reasons. Come on. Let me check the strip, make sure it's all good. I'm gonna have to stitch those together. At some point when I have the mental energy for it, I'm gonna have to try to get all on not Windows. Windows not just to crash for no reason. Alright. question of why I've been able to stream for long stretches of time. What's something probably updated on the back end and I am not happy with Windows acting like that. Another windows. I'm not gonna need those. Probably good, at least for the time being. Deal with that. Okay, now I just need to leave the colony to do its thing. I'll have to step away here in a moment and take care of all its food, at least consider what I might do for my own food. Think build housing here. But I legit don't know how many people I would need. I would need a lot at first. First I need to get the colony up and running, and then get this up and running. Then I can worry about anything else. Full of berries. Let's see if I can ever get enough population that's stable. Need to see about where I can also get other foods here, there, and everywhere. What I could do is just I'm gonna need to also dam off some of this. I need to levee and dam off about here, that way the water's forced to start flowing. Because I don't have the TNT to make that at the moment. So I'll probably also just want to make that floodgate that way once a drought has passed, I can just let it flow down river again. Would need to keep that levee. It's not a levee, but those floodgates at a certain height. But that's fine. this level, I need to think about that, okay. This is the level the dam has to be at. Project happening. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do I need floodgates there? Do I need floodgates there? That wasn't like here. Do I need them to be like 1, 2, or 3 tall? Do that so I can start pouring that down river. That way I can get the water wheels moving. Okay, and then that would start doing potentially is flooding a lot of this. Water flow. Downstream water level. I know I'm gonna want you for getting the bad water to go this way. I can't unlock it yet. Other thing. What's that? Make like a whole wall of those, and then tie them to a contamination water sensor over here. The levees along this edge. Then put the fill valves up here. Get all the water in there. Okay, yeah, you start it done. get like down the. I'm gonna have to deal with it later. Rabbit hole for it, but so get it laid out, which is something. Okay. You also will be cut down. Wahaha. I need those jobs to not be in my count of things yet. I want to get the rest of the sectors up and running more first. So kind of let me get that up and running for me though. Roles I don't have filled yet, and I have these I'm going to need to fill at some point too. Yeah, I got more jobs even than that I need fulfilled. You're not short any. Mostly it's you. Yeah, I guess someone's injured. Yep, someone's injured. Okay. Tree in the way there, but once that tree's out of the way, I can build that pump. I got two of them, that'd be good for getting deep, deep down into there. say like a little bit of housing. What kind of housing? Let's say I'm gonna do 10. I'll expand after that. Probably even more breeding pods even than this. Well, look at me just getting this district kind of built up before I even need to do it. Right, see if I can get that full. Probably not gonna need to have that many fluid dumps, maybe. Let's see. Also might have to, well no, I'm still expanding everywhere. I don't know if I'm going to be able to have them all out to move them around, but also it seems like so much moving around is getting it pretty full. Should at least do that. Yeah, I need to give y'all some enrichment all the time. Let's do that for some. Really need you to start building up, but whatever. Guess I'm giving them something to do it so we get projects well out of schedule, I suppose. So. Well, there's not food coming through. What is going on? You're supplying some. Get up and running soon. Pretty about to be a pain. I don't have any haulers. Oh my lord, that is a problem. Okay. Shoot. If I'd known that. as it is. I almost need to shut down the metal district because I don't really need any of this. Do that. And we need to plant a gatherer flag over there at some point. Okay. Two of them technically, but just getting the one in would be enough. Okay. I think I may have. This might be another problem if I expanded too quickly and didn't have everything else to back it up. And again, Shane had the middle district. I'll be able to make metal all the time eventually, I'm sure. Especially once I start making those like more robot districts. I need to harvest more berries more quickly. We're not going to move as far in the future. There is no food I have an abundance of right now. I have an abundance of berries, I don't have an abundance of that just doesn't seem to be doing anything. still didn't have enough people. I'd have to. All those berries, that still doesn't seem to be doing it. Oh, I had irrigated that. Oh, okay. So this might actually hopefully help me at least a little bit. Have to help and see that'll do it. I might put coffee somewhere else at this point. Still, I don't know. It's good. It's just not enough. I'm having to. I think if I do plant more berries, I'm gonna still have to wait like 20 in-game days before it pays off. I'm out of berries. I am out of berries. Oh my god. Those two giant warehouses are supposed to be full of berries, and they're not. I just... I might end up with another population collapse. Almost no food. How is this? How is there almost no food? Those warehouses are full of food, they're not. guess I don't think I know what to do, man. Those breeding pods just chew through berries faster than I thought they did. Good thing about this is there's not a keyboard, genius. Actually, a lot of food. I don't know how I got to this. I guess I might just like maybe like clear out this area and just like plant berries here too, I guess. So just feel like I haven't doing that many tree-based things beyond that. This is still gonna be a while before it pays off, but have someone do that job, and I hope, because I need to harvest all the berries I can. Oh, Lordy. Let's just have that turned to pine resin level. That was probably dumb. I probably shouldn't have. Don't let water dump out like that. Food and water, but water, it's food. That food's planted, it's just, it needs more processing, and I probably have a problem of I need the main district to have priority sometimes when it comes to when it has a minimum that it needs to meet above all else. It's gonna take 24 days. Even worse, I thought it would be 24 days for the rest of those berries come up. So another whole another season where maybe everybody has enough food. But also probably not. I might just wait for the population to just dip down to where they're just not eating as much of the berries, and then I'm not quite sure what to do beyond that. I guess I could just convert a lot of this to be just all of this be berries. Well, some of this still be some of this, but some more will also just be lots and lots of more berries. I may just try to put a higher priority in trying to get more area irrigated so that I can get even more berries, I guess. I don't know. Let's say that I went stream and got that. Oh, I need more berries. I also need extract. I don't have that. I guess the future playthrough, if I were to give people advice, is just get like super over prepared when it comes to like basic food, especially berries. Berries you in easy you're gonna overflow on, but on normal with the iron teeth you will run out. Apparently. That's just gonna be a thing constantly. I'm waiting for the population collapse because I just don't have the food available. I'm waiting on it. It's just again I expanded too far. I guess. I have plenty of ingredients, I just don't have enough workers to make all of it. I'm going to replant those berry bushes because it's... Yep, there. That's... I might eventually get mangroves grown, I don't know. I need berries. And I'm chewing through them too quickly, apparently. And maybe I just need to, instead of farming these crops, I need to just plant a whole bunch more berries again. I don't know. Because I was doing fine, and now I'm like not able to keep up. I had a few bad harvests, and all they're eating were berries, and then... I guess I'm expanding too much, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I can hang on for dear life. You know, the population dying because of old age. I can't. So yeah, I'm gonna just tear something apart and just plant even more berries. Oh, man, this whole area has to be berry production. I don't know. I almost think I need to start over and just start from there. I've been kind of winging it and also kind of learning how the iron teeth work at the same time. I kind of know how they work now. Might just be like I prioritize like getting over here and just making this a giant water reservoir, and then I don't, well, that required metal blocks, but there's a little point where I was trying to have my cake and eat it too, and it came back to bite me. I'll admit that. I feel like I'm in like a death spiral with this, but I feel like I'm getting kind of eventually stuck in a loop where I can't really get any amount of ahead. Is my current problem. There's not the food dump for that. I'll try to save some of the trees, but I've had to spend this playthrough kind of learning how the iron teeth work and what they've got and all that, which is great. I might need to start a new one and just from the beginning be much more deliberate. If I do this map, for example, make this a giant water reservoir and don't stop until it is. Just where I can plant even more berries instead of doing all this farming berries. Just berries, berries, berries. And also I'm more familiar with how the breeding tanks work, and I'm going to be able to keep that in mind. And there was probably this once or twice where I had a bunch going wrong because I just didn't have enough people. I wasn't replacing people as they were dying. I was woefully understaffed. I don't know, just on easy, I would still be overflowing with berries. I'd probably just not have them like harvesting berries half the time because I just have so many. But that's for the folktale. I think another thing is like I'm still trying to learn the iron teeth and how much I need of everything, and I'm still kind of crappy at it. Yeah, just massive dip is just with food and with water for sure. It's like I gotta know you don't. But I know you don't. You have enough when you've got way too much, and you don't have way too much. You barely have enough as it is. So, I'm gonna keep going with them, but just I watched this died of old age. I can't replace them. I don't have enough berries now. There's one thing, it's another. And the berry, it takes 24 days for these bushes to go from planted to producing their first berries. It's 12 days after that. So you just need so many berry plants. I mean, I don't know if there's many breeding ponds. I don't know. Yeah, I'll just say it's probably a thing like yeah, did that floodgate totally wrong. I'm liable to have a bunch of them die again. And I'm probably gonna have to just, when I throw my hands up, I wanna at least get through one. I could do one easy if I really just want to get through the Iron Tails to their wonder if I wanted to. But I'm probably not necessarily a death spiral per se, but I'm kind of just stuck kind of in a loop a little bit where I really can't seem to get past a certain point because it's just I'm not fully prepared for it. I'm still trying to learn the breeding pods, and the berries are now slapping me across the mouth where I wasn't ready for them. I'll get to the end of this season, and then I'll just get to the end of the cycle. I'll save, and I'll hop a flying stuff and eat dinner anyway. So, I thought I was in control. And then both of those warehouses got empty. And the breeding pod shut down. And I'm about out of water. I might need to start this map over again. Just trying to figure some things out. A bunch of them die from dehydration and hunger. It's a bit of a tragedy because now some of me having all these people is just about me trying to not have this problem. So I'm just gonna save it here. So I'm going to be rethinking my schedule. I'm not going to stream tomorrow. Next weekend I'm going to be busy with WrestleMania. I can't remember when it is. I was looking at the Twitch research thing. Hey, this is when the highest number of average viewers are and all that. I need to double check the numbers. I'm going to update the numbers on Monday to see when it might be best for me to play the games that I've been playing, streaming the games I've been playing over the 5 days schedule I've been doing. Then I might crunch it back down to if I am going to do Friday in both weekend days, I might as well just see what days are best. And I can't remember where it is. I thought Timberborn might be at its best. Let me double check that and see. Based on the numbers as of a few days ago. So if I do the 4-day schedule, Timberborn would be on Sunday. So with that, I would be... So I follow the idea of the new 4-day schedule. Well, Timberborn, by average numbers of viewers, is beating out anything else I'm doing by a long shot. So I can put Timberborn whenever I want, but currently, letting the other 3 games, Indiana Jones, Banishers, and Crimson Desert, have their best or second best day on the stream schedule. Timberborn would be on Sundays, and Timberborn's a chill game, so that's good for, end of the week. About to go back to work Monday kind of thing for people, I guess. So yeah, I'm gonna have to think for the next about 2 weeks. I want to start another Iron Teeth colony or not, because oh Lord, I'm not gonna think I'm stuck. There's several times where I thought I was stuck and then I got out of it, but I just I don't know if I'm going to be able to like. I'm going to constantly have setbacks. And I kind of need to start over and try to make sure that I'm like overly prepared for everything. I know that in order for me to get to that really good point, like to get the really big liquid tanks, for example, I need to start doing metal stuff. So I need to expand to where there's metal. But I could probably just build enough tanks in the first place not to worry about it. And build enough breeding pods not to worry about it. And build enough of everything not to have to worry about it. And then eventually get the big things. Again, let me just look. So, like, that's probably just having enough science. That's just, I can make enough medium tanks. Then at some point replace them with large. It would be things like that. Yes, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna think about starting the Iron Teeth over again because this is getting rough, and I feel like it's a thing of I'm not set up well, and I'm gonna have another population. It's already starting to crater because of old age. And it's gonna crater because there's a lack of food and water here soon, I'm sure. So I guess like it's gonna be like in 2 weeks, I think, if I do the 4-day schedule like I'm thinking of. Not next Sunday, but the Sunday after, I'll play this again, and being the population starts to crater, I'm just gonna start a new Iron Teeth on probably this map, maybe the other map that I've played on too, maybe, and just try to get set up better. That'll be next time. I'll see y'all later. Maybe in the future. Thank you for watching this.